Welcome to Spiritual Court, y'all. Come on in. Listen, I've been trying to do this reading for probably the last 10 minutes. And every time I try to do this reading, there was some type of spiritual interference. So now that we are clear and that energy has subsided and been eliminated, I'm now able to channel this energy the way I feel we need to hear it. This card came out ages 0 to 10, something involving a child. The next card that came out said, attention, karma, they are paying for what they've done to you. Okay. Somebody has gained some type of spiritual truth and clarity. Somebody doesn't like your spiritual amnesty. Somebody doesn't like the fact that they owe the universe spiritual gratuity, and the universe is racking up some type of charges against a group of people that were doing something against children in the spirit realm. Now, if you're new to this platform, welcome. If you're returning back, welcome back. I'm glad that we are here again together to pull back the spiritual layers. It is never a dull moment in spirituality. The knowledge is infinite. I wouldn't trade this life for anything beyond eternity. Listen, here now, what is going on? Karma. Somebody is currently paying for something that they did obsessively to a child. Again, I see somebody angry about your spiritual amnesty, the Four of Pentacles, and the Devil. Somebody was obsessed with somebody's child. That's crazy business. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, somebody doesn't like your spiritual amnesty. They don't like your spiritual superiority. They don't like the fact that you know who you are. This would have been easier had they not known what you were doing. This would have been easier had they not known what you were doing. Somebody is saying this would have been easier had you not known what I was doing. Somebody could want this message to be encrypted, spiritually encrypted. Somebody could use those words, encrypted. Something is inverted, something is backwards. Somebody could have done a truth serum. Somebody may attempt to project this onto somebody whose life this doesn't resonate with. Whoa, somebody's a sophisticated spiritual etymologist, honey. Somebody likes to do their spells. They're really into words. They spell it out, they say it out, they speak it, and they do their best to make it so. It's a trickster's energy, 0 to 10. So you could be a full grown adult. This may have happened to you when you were a child. Let's see. Somebody's paying for that karma. Somebody's paying karma back. Somebody's racking up a debt. I keep hearing you're indebted to the universe. And the universe says, give us our gratuity. You owe us for what you took. Oh, goodness. Clarify. Ages to 10, 0 to 10, 0 to 100 real quick. The sun could be a man child, could be a feminine. Somebody could be 19 years old. The number 19 is there. Yeah, the moon. All of this was hidden. Something. Ooh, the number 18, 18 and 19. Look at the synchronicities. But let's look at this energetically. Let's look at this planetary wise. This is a total eclipse. Yeah, something about the stars aligning. Something's come full circle. Something that somebody is still trying to hide. Somebody is telling karma, I didn't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't hurt a child, with a straight face. These are people that, it's easy to lie in the presence of Creator because they lack consciousness. They lie to themselves. You had to have lied to yourself in order to get yourself in a consciousless mind state to do something to a child who was helpless. Now this child is waking up. Let's see. Karma, they're paying for what they've done to a child. Yeah, look, I can't make this up. You got the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Somebody tried to strip, what is this? Somebody tried to strip a child of their gifts, the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, earthly possessions, a very wealthy child, a child that is a born star, the sun, the moon, and the Two of Swords. Somebody's hiding this. Something could have gone on for 10 years. Somebody could have started doing this when you were pregnant with this child. Or something was happening to you when you were a child. Take what resonates. I feel like I want to sneeze. Dude, thank you. Confirmation. Monitoring spirit just went away. Somebody was watching to see if the truth was going to come out. Somebody wants you to tell the truth. The Five of Swords is a very sneaky energy. Somebody could be watching by the sideline, an onlooker. Somebody's watching to see if the truth is going to come out or if you know the truth. Clarify the Five of Swords, a very sneaky energy. Somebody absolutely attacked somebody's child. The Knight of Swords, they did it repetitively, maliciously, intentionally. Somebody is just breathing, just oozing diabolicalness, very diabolically. Yeah, what's going on? Very demonically. Karma, they're paying for it, honey. I don't care what it looks like, they're paying for it. This was the ultimate betrayal. Somebody was attacking a 10-year-old. 10 swords. This could have been a group of people or one person in particular, but somebody had it out for somebody's child. Clarify this Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. The Sun, yeah, the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody could have even have convinced a younger person to go against somebody else. Three of Pentacles in the reverse, it was a bad idea. Somebody had a nice little run. Look at the children. The children are the future. Teach them well and help them lead the way. Show them all the beauty that they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride. Six of Cups, two children, something about childhood, something about adolescence. These are young children. Somebody could have been 6 years old, 3 years old. Somebody could have been 0 years old. Somebody did something as soon as the baby came out of the womb, before the child could crown, somebody was getting to some type of spiritual work. Spiritual court is about all things spiritual. So if you did some raggedy, bum ass, diabolical ass, demonic ass shit in the spirit, it appears as though you're paying for it. Clarify karma. Somebody somewhere feeling real bad about what they did. Somebody wants to confess their sins. Somebody is bowing down in the presence of greatness. Ooh, yeah, somebody's bowing down in the presence of greatness. You weren't supposed to survive this. Whoever you are, you could be the child. Yeah, you could absolutely be this child. Listen, I would say that it's safe to say, but I feel like it's very unsafe. I just heard it ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. These people are not safe. They're under severe judgment. They could have absolutely have used a child as well, collaborated with a child spiritually. Well, how do people do that? Well, sometimes people will send your children chaos magic. You know, all of a sudden they start acting out, they start becoming disrespectful, they try to pull you apart, they stop adhering to the advice that you give them. But it's being done in the spirit, so it's almost like you don't know really how to address it if you're not spiritually aware or spiritually knowledgeable. You just know that something is off in the environment, right? You got the Tower and you got the Devil. Yeah, somebody was doing something obsessively. This is something like the past has come back to haunt somebody, possibly people that did not believe in karma. Judgment is here. Clarify, prosecutor, defense. The ancestors are saying we're going to prosecute and or defend the innocent child that was attacked, your child or you as a child, or it could be both. Maybe somebody did something to you as a child and they definitely wanted to replicate that story and do it again. Again, the devil is really not that creative. They usually just do the same thing over and over, hoping that their spell work will stick. It's really not that creative. They do the same thing: chaos, attack, anger, low vibration, bring it down. Okay, it's the same process, right? Until you realize how they move, until your enemy reveals their moves, and then you see how they do what they do, and then you decide to be exempt from whatever they're sending you, and then you master that level and you close out the door, leaving them there with their nasty ass energy. Five of Wands energy. This is how the ancestors are coming in with fire. Yeah, the ancestors are coming in with sticks and bricks and stones, kicking these people into hell, honey, laying them down. Something is a backfire. Clarify, give me current energy. What did you do to this child from ages 0 to 10? You got the King of Cups here, water sign energy. Clarify. This could be a father figure. King of Cups and the Four of Swords. Yeah, you got somebody coming in from the other side. This could be an ancestor, King of Cups. This could be somebody's uncle, somebody's son that passed over, a father. a father, a grandfather, Four of Swords. This person could have passed away from some type of illness. This person is saying it was due to spell work. Somebody put spell work on a King of Cups. This could be your father or the father of this child. But this person is coming through from the spirit realm, more powerful than they were in the earthly realm. So these people got a big problem on their hands. It seems as though the spirits are taking control of this situation. Ace of Wands is divine intervention. Somebody is here able to do more in the spirit realm than they were in the earthly realm. If this is somebody that you were estranged from, a father, an absent father, grandfather, or family, a masculine, this person may have missed an opportunity to be a part of your life. This person is saying, what I wasn't able to do in the 3D, I'm definitely doing it in the 5D and above. That essence doesn't die. Somebody's in the spirit realm dragging these people to hell, honey, over their son, grandson, great grandson. There's man activity here. Clarify what's going on. Karma, they're paying for what they've done. They hate your spiritual amnesty. You could be the mother, the Queen of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. If you're not this sign or you don't subscribe to birthdays and zodiacs, or maybe you do or you don't, you're in this element. Let's speak about the energy that the Queen of Swords brings. She's intelligent. She's wise. You really can't play over her top. There's not much that gets past her, and whatever she misses, definitely it will come up. It's inevitable that the truth will come out. And I feel like this is the case here. So somebody unalived, a father figure with spell work. This person is coming through as a spiritual ascended master, whooping the shit out of these people. These people might think that this is a whole bunch of ancestors. Child, this is one ancestor. You got one ancestor out here, a father figure, great grandfather. It's a masculine, and he is whooping the hell out of a whole bunch of people. It's like, nah, it's just me. There's no justice. There's just us. This is what he's saying. Us as in my family, my offspring. The Ace of Wands is here. The Four of Cups. I feel like this is somebody that you could have been estranged from. They may have even done some type of spell work to separate you from a father figure. That's the energy that I'm picking up. Somebody could have been sick when they passed away. Yeah, this was spell work. Somebody did some type of spell work over a father figure. Four of Cups. This man is saying, I missed an opportunity, but I'm not going to miss in the ethers. I'm not missing in the spirit realm. Somebody refuses to rest in peace until they clear out this karma. Somebody's like, you did that to me, but you won't do that to my son. You won't do that to my son. Something like that. Queen of Swords, you're coming up as a spiritual feminine warrior. Come through, Holy Spirit. What's good? The Queen of Swords also speaks the truth. She's honest. She's forthright. Her hands are clean. But if she's got to raise that sword, trust me, she's definitely going to hit her target. You got the Chariot energy. Something about you triumphing over energy, something about you successfully moving forward, something about you being well with what they did to you as a child or what they know they've done to children. Somebody does this to children, child. Clarify karma. They're paying for what they've done to you. The Nine of Cups, honey. You could have prayed about this. Your wishes are coming into fruition. You could have prayed to the universe, God, your angels. Hey, tell me, show me what is real, what is true. Show me what it is. I need to be vindicated on all levels of whatever this negligent, diabolical behavior is. Somebody doesn't like your spiritual amnesty. I feel like somebody did everything that they thought to do to you as a child and your children, or if you don't have children, they did everything to you as a child. Devastation, chaos, entity attachment, siphoning of energy, molesting a child in the spirit, no face, no case. How do you accuse somebody of doing something negligent in the spirit when you don't know what it is that you're fighting up against? For you wrestle not with flesh and blood, but powers and principalities in the heavenly realm. So says the script in the book of Bible. Somebody doesn't like your spiritual etymology. They don't like your knowledge of languages. You know how to speak the truth into the atmosphere. You know how to manifest the truth. And so this is why the truth is here. Welcome in, truth. Come on in. What is the truth? Didn't I just say? I resonate with the Queen of Swords energy. I resonate. The Ace of Swords. And that is the truth. We've all been sworn in by the universe. You cannot tell a lie. You need not tell a lie. Would you like for us to tell you the truth or lie to you? The Ace of Swords is here. The truth is here. Yeah. I just heard, let there be no further condemnation. Somebody wanted to condemn you. Yeah, somebody wanted to condemn you. Somebody wanted to pin you to some type of energy. Somebody wanted to narrate the way your story would turn out. But now you're in this happily ever after. You're being vindicated from things that were done to you as a child. Look, strength. You called your power back. Spirit says not only did you call your power back, you gained more power than what you ever thought you had. So something is what belongs to you. And then there's the spiritual karmic gratuity. It's like, yeah, and add tax. Everything you did, we want that back, but add tax, we're going to strip you of everything that you thought you stole. And so now you will have nothing. We will talk about you by way of the stories that are old in the future. We are the new ancestors. We will tell tales to the kings and queens, the gods and the goddesses, no less. Anything other than that, we don't acknowledge. And we'll tell them about the big bad boogeyman who had to pay all that spiritual gratuity. That's a tip. The tip is don't touch divine beings, fool. The fool, the fools, plural. It's unfortunate when it's more than one fool. Isn't one fool enough per bloodline? Is that not a good enough example of what not to do? Having more than one fool is just a foolish thing. Fools as in plural. It was a whole bunch of fools, honey. So they're burning. They're sad. You were never supposed to make it out of this. You were never supposed to figure this out. Clarify, this child has been vindicated. I can't make this up. Whoever this child is, you are a child of the universe, no less. You have every right to be here. You have every right to pursue happiness. You have every right to be happy. Get glad is what I just heard. The Three of Wands and the High Priestess energy. Whoa. They hate your spiritual amnesty because they ain't got nothing else to do. They don't know what else to hate. They don't like the divine. You know, a lot of people don't want to admit that out loud. They don't like the divine. When you come in with all that light, they don't really like the divine. You ever seen a devil that didn't know they were a devil? Face all balled up. I remember one time this lady told me, she was like, oh, you must have a new boyfriend. Oh, you look nice. Oh, you've lost some weight. And I was like, no, I'm just by myself, chilling. Wasn't in a relationship. In fact, I was celibate for 5 years at the time that I had seen her. Just on my spiritual journey, minding my business. But, you know, it's like devils sometimes are the last people to know that they're devils. Crazy people are the last to know they're crazy. She's batshit crazy. She isolated herself for 20 years, never did anything with her life. She just watched everybody else. The hangman, look-see, taking a look-see in that looking glass, in that mirror, that black mirror that is gone black with all that smudge. Ooh, child, just a little flashback. Say less. So less was said. Clear that energy out. The High Priestess in the Chariot, the Page of Wands. You are the child who is now getting downloads about what happened to you as a child. You're getting the full story because you've done the work. Now it's time for you to stand in your glory. Ace of Wands, divine intervention. You are a huge deal in this world, collective. You are the Queen of Swords, divine feminine energy. The Knight of Wands, there's a young guy here. Okay, this could be somebody's son, nephew, stepson, you're a step-up mother, something like that. The Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Whenever I think of knight, y'all, it gives masculine energy, but this could be a feminine as well. You could be a feminine energy in this Knight of Wands energy, passionately pursuing. Somebody knew that you would always be somebody great. Knight of Pentacles is like a child with a gift, a child with big dreams. Knight of Wands, somebody that was always passionately in pursuit of what it is that they needed. I feel like somebody always knew that you would wake up. Somebody always knew that you would wake up and pursue your passions. So your dreams is somebody's worst nightmare right now. The Four of Wands in the reverse. This could be somebody that was a part of some type of group, organization. Okay. The Eight of Wands in the reverse. They could be talking about what they did to these children and how it's backfired, y'all. Corrupt organizations. Clarify. Yeah, they're really stressed out because the children are now adults and they're coming in as the Ace of Wands, walking, breathing, oozing divinity, creator's children. You are the elect few that have answered the call. You knew that it would be hard, but you've mastered something here enough that the universe is saying, listen, we need the universal bank to add spiritual gratuity. We know what you took. I know what you took from me. Now I need you to give it all back. Yeah, all that power, all that strength, all that prosperity. And I need you to add tax. And don't forget our spiritual gratuity. Somebody hates your spiritual amnesty, how protected you are. They don't like the fact, the Ten of Wands, that now this karma is their reality. These are people that are like, karma's not real. It's fine. It's never going to come back. It's fine. We'll just hurt these children, man. They won't make it past the age of 18. They won't make it past the age of 22. I declare and decree that those curses that were spoken over the future events, which is happening now, have been canceled. So mote it be. We said it and it's done. Clear this energy out. Ten of Wands and the Four of Wands in the reverse with the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah. Somebody's having to eat their words. Somebody's having to eat crow. They're eating crow. Ooh, don't eat your crow with a side of illusions. That shit could drive you crazy. I feel like that's what these people are feeling. The Seven of Cups is illusions, detached from reality. It's what they sent out. You know, it's so interesting when people have to sit in the energy that they sent you and they don't know what to do. They're like, what the hell? What's going on? Is somebody doing something? No, that's your energy. You sent that. Remember the children that you don't remember the kid? Okay. Don't say children. Children means cattle. I digress. I stand corrected, universe. Please, I want to pull that back, okay? These young people, these young gods and goddesses that you need to acknowledge. Yes, at 4 years old, they did spell work, okay? There really was a boogeyman in your room. That's why you didn't want to sleep in your bed. That's why you were wetting the bed, because somebody was astral projecting in the spirit realm with no face. So you could never, call judgment down on them. No face, no case. Yeah, they were astral projecting over you as a child, sexually molesting you. You couldn't prove it. And so you begin to act out because now you have a parent that doesn't know what's going on. Somebody doesn't know how to pray against that which they can't see. But as we've evolved, the story has unfolded. Everything is being seen and made transparent. Listen, some of these people said you would never be a leader. You would never be a teacher. Thank God we didn't believe all the lies that they tried to stuff down our throats, man. Like nasty quiche. Quiche is the most disgusting food on the planet. I don't care if we debate it. Let's agree to disagree. It is the most disgusting thing. And when I think about disgust by way of energy, I think about quiche, man. Quiche is horrible. Listen, clear it out. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Somebody wanted to shove this nasty energy down your throat that you would not survive it. They wanted to control you. They wanted to bridle your mouth, bridle your tongue. They used religion to trap you. This is why you got all that spiritual, religious PTSD running around. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. No, thank yourself, man. Thank yourself. You saved yourself. Your ori, your soul went further for you than these people could have ever imagined. You got strength. You got amnesty. Somebody hates your spiritual protection. Somebody hates your spiritual divinity. Well, guess what? Somebody's just a hater. Maybe that's what their destiny was all about. They signed up to be the shadow characters. What a blessing. Shout out to the shadow characters, man. I love a good shadow villain, somebody that likes to play in the shadows and be the villain and be all this dark, dense energy. Listen, we would not have been able to be grateful for all this divinity had we not been faced with all that nasty, shadow, dense energy. It's a blessing. When you sit back and realize that all of what you had to go through was a blessing, you can go within and make peace with yourself and move forward and still get your work done. You're still going to finish the course. You're still going to finish strong, man. We're still going to have a victory. Like, sheesh. Don't gag us with a spoon, man. Don't feed us this BS. Don't give us BS and tell us that it's top shelf. Crown Royale. Don't do it. But our crowns are royal. The Empress, divine feminine energy. You've arrived. We've arrived. Standing high and still we rise. It's a grand rise, isn't it? It's a supreme being, omnipresent. I got hands and eyes in places you ain't never seen type of rising. We are gods and goddesses, no less. Anything else we just don't acknowledge. And that's what it is. I said it. Clear it out. Close the door. If at some point in this reading it resonated with you, please do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up. It absolutely helps the algorithms. It helps the rhythms go out into the ethers. It helps somebody find the reading that needs the reading. And if it didn't resonate, that's okay. I support the energy. I'm glad I was able to tell your story either way. I love y'all, okay? I'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace be with you.